Okay, so we are here today. We're doing a redo of what we had last week. And I'm going to start inviting people, so the camera might bounce a little bit. And we're just starting early, just so we can get everything together and get people invited. Yeah, I moved all the paints. I was working on my laptop over there. And as I wrote in the description, we're basically redoing kind of what we did last week. It's going to be a little bit of a different rose, but same idea.
Yeah, I'm going to use different
except for sound this time.
Hopefully.
No, we will, because I'm not doing that. The problem last week I found out was when I started the live video, something popped up and said, do you want to invite friends to your video? And so somebody's name popped up. I'm not going to say who.
I told her.
Oh, and so I added it, and at that point it muted us out, because I think what it was trying to do was have our audio and somebody else have audio, and yeah. We aren't set up for that kind of fancy stuff, so yeah.
Is anybody on yet?
No clue, because I'm inviting people. So let me look real quick. We have Darcy.
Darcy, speak of the devil.
She said, "Oh, your fault, Darcy." No, joking. Joking. So, where did I end on the invites here? I got really far. So, are you pretty much using the same paints this week too, or are you doing a little different?
I'm using totally different paints. I'm using the Prima paints this week. So I wanted more of a antique look, opaque antique look this week. I think I used, oh geez, I can't remember what I used here.
I'm trying to remember what you used too.
Daniel Smith maybe on these. These don't look like Daniel Smith. I don't know
you did so many last week. Hard to keep them all straight.
I can't remember what I used on these. Maybe some.
You were doing something that was pastel-y.
Maybe that was Prima. I don't know. My fingernails are like black. It's because I was using India inks this morning, and the ink bottle tipped over.
It did? Oh.
Everywhere on my pajamas.
Wow.
It was. I don't know what happened. Like I must not have
put it on all the way.
Put it on all the way. So when I went to unscrew it, it was like exploded, and it was everywhere. It went all over the painting. See?
And you tipped it sideways.
Yeah. See the cardinal painting that was gonna look really good.
I think it does look good.
So then I had to kind of like put the India ink everywhere, and it turned out too good.
I liked it.
It's all over the kitchen counter. It was just everywhere.
Oh dear. So again, I'm just inviting everybody, so that's why the screen's kind of bouncing a little bit. And unfortunately, while I'm inviting, I can't see if anybody's saying anything, so just bear with me a moment, and I'll look really quick. Darcy said that person who messed it up last week should be shot. Good job, Darcy. I'm going back to the invites. No, it was completely my fault. I like I said, it asked if I wanted to invite somebody into the video, and I thought, it meant like so you could watch. I didn't realize it meant so that you could be an active participant, and I don't even know how that works. And somehow it muted it out on our end. So, yep, won't be doing that again. Now I know. Just trying to invite everybody as fast as I can. I should ask Facebook, to condense all this. Is there a way we can just invite everybody on the friends list with one button?
Maybe somebody here knows.
If you do, let me know, because, yeah. My finger is, tired by the end of this. Go lay down, pups. Oh my goodness, especially on a day when my hands aren't working good. Oh. No, it's my hand. Has nothing to do with sitting. I think I'm gonna take my sweater off real quick because I'm getting warmed up really fast.
I can turn the furnace down.
Sorry.
Some more. This little booklets. I love these.
Now what's cool about that one?
I don't know. For some reason, I don't like working on the Strathmore 400, the bigger bound packs. But I do love working on the Strathmore 400 smaller packs. I don't know what it is.
Is it like maybe the feel of it, or is it just the texture?
I don't know.
It's just fun to play with.
Yeah, because I do my birds mostly on this, and I'll do like small little horses and flowers on here. It's a cellulose paper, wood fiber paper. The larger sheets, I don't enjoy. Like I've got very large sheets of it, like this. I don't enjoy it because it just.
You prefer the cotton once you get larger.
I love cotton. I just finally got the larger cotton paper I want to do for Wes Ramsey's house. That just arrived yesterday. Yay. So now I can start his house.
I think I got good enough pictures of it in the snow when we actually had snow this year. That nice one day of snow.
I have to have you transfer the pictures over onto my laptop so I can.
Not a problem. We can do this after that. Okay. I can do that after this. But yeah.
Because I can't.
With a small phone.
From my phone, it's hard for me.
Almost done here. Gonna need a new finger after this.
So only people who are my friends are invited on here?
So if they're on your friends list, I can invite them. I have this set to public, so as long as your Facebook profile isn't like locked to friends only, if anybody in the public can view it, then anybody can click on this and watch. But they would have to go to your Facebook and see you're doing a video and join themselves on the video. Or they can just wait till we add it to YouTube and then watch it on YouTube. So that works too. Oh, I'm almost at the end. Almost at the end here. Okay, whoo! So, Mrs. Tabor's watching. Samantha Ensel says hi. And Darcy says, I'll stay in my corner now. And Ashley Reagan is watching.
Hi, guys.
So is everybody seeing okay? Hearing okay? All right. How much more time? Oh, I got a good 5 minutes. Woo! I went fast today.
Is that my whole friends list?
Yes. Good thing you're not one of those people like me that has like 4,000 or 5,000 friends.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, no.
I don't have a lot of friends.
No, you have just a good select group of friends, that's all.
So last week we tried these guys. I did these. This was on this was on the handmade India paper.
The Shizan
paper, the red cotton. And this is on cotton paper that I had just like folded. So half of it I did.
You had pre-done the left-hand side, and then you had sketched out the right, and that's what we were doing the video of until, the sound got messed up. And
I used different paints for them both, though. I want to say they're different paints. I almost want to say I used the Prima paints for this one. I think I used Prima paints on this one, the ones we're going to do today. Maybe with a little bit of Daniel Smith for the leaves, because I don't think I have those colors in my Prima set. But Daniel Smith, I believe I used for that. but we're going to attempt something a little bit different. I don't normally draw out the roses, but I did draw them out today. And what else?
Are you using any different?
I'm not using cotton paper today. I'm using the Strathmore 400, which is a wood pulp paper. Mainly because I was going to actually practice it this morning, and like I said, when I opened up I was finishing up my cardinal this morning, and when I went to open up my ink bottle went everywhere, all over my pajamas, my pretty, it's not going to come out of here, my pretty tablecloth everywhere, all over my painting, and so... yeah, it went all over everything.
I still think the cardinal's pretty, but that's just me. I still like it.
What a mess.
Yeah.
I had India ink. It's all over my hands, under my fingernails. It was everywhere. Thank God it didn't get on the floor.
And India ink is a super stainer, right?
Oh.
If it's on something, it's on there for good.
And thank goodness it didn't get like
all over more.
My good stuff. I mean.
Oh yeah, with the watercolors open.
I must have last night when I was using it. I must not have twisted that cover all the way. And when I went this morning, I went like this to get it off because I knew last night we had a hard time getting it off, and it just flew.
Jeez. Good job.
Yeah.
Matthew Mayville is on, and Pino SG.
Hello, guys.
So we're just waiting another 3 minutes for some people to come on, and then we're going to do a video. And again, we're just doing a redo of last week. Slightly different.
The roses.
Slightly different roses, using different paints.
And Shannon just finished
a very long video
that she's been working on
for a month now.
For a month, so we'll get that uploaded.
Basically, it was. Let me see if I can. That. Oh.
Right here.
Yep. That jar with the greenish blue jar with the holly branches in it. We did a video of a painting of that, and it was supposed to be a practice piece, and it took about 2 hours, not including the hour and a half it took you to draw it. So
yeah, it was pretty long. It was longer than we thought it would take.
So I had it, I was adding subtitles and then finding areas where we could speed up the video. So, so you would just be listening to music and watching it at 4 times speed. And now I'm just going through and watching it one more time to make sure I get all the little spelling errors and whatnot, and then I'll post it up hopefully this afternoon. So
you have a couple things to watch.
Yeah, and that one's about an hour long, but it's really cool. And like I said, all the areas where it's just, for example, when she's just painting the leaves, it's all sped forward so you can kind of see what she's doing, but not have to sit for 2 hours and watch it. So.
And Shannon is getting these on YouTube as well, guys. So please, if you like us, like and share.
Yeah, we would like to eventually do these as YouTube live videos because that gives us a few more options as far as recording these. The downside is we have to have about 1,000 subscribers. So if you and some friends wouldn't mind going to YouTube and looking us up under the Color Hub and subscribing to the page, and then have your friends or family subscribe to the page. You don't have to watch every week, but the more subscribers we have to have 1,000 before we can do YouTube live videos. And then, like I said, it actually helps us out more because we'll have more video options compared to Facebook Live. So all right, it is time.
Turbo. Don't.
We have a delivery person, so he's...
All right, so today we're going to do some roses. Like we attempted last week. Sorry about the voice issue. I'm going to be using the Strathmore 400. It's a wood pulp paper. I love the smaller pad. I do a lot of birds. Turbo. Miller. Stop. And I'm also going to be using my Prima watercolor sets. I love these little sets. You can get these for about $29, $30 a set. Which, when you think about it, it costs almost $30 for a pan, an empty pan,
okay.
tin, and with the half
Half
empty,
paints.
half pans. So this is a really nice. I love the colors.
Now, is there a particular color collection you recommend if they do want to start out with one?
There's a tropical set that's really good. The original set is really good. I love them. I love them all. This is the Pastel Dreams. That's got some really bright colors in it. I love the woodlands. I got the woodlands. I got the I haven't used it yet. I've got the what is it? It's for doing
She's got all of her palette trays in there.
yes, I had to go back. It's complexion.
Okay.
For doing
oh, for like skin tones and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go back to the way it used to be. I couldn't stand not having things the way I need it to be.
Yeah, we had all these paints in this like really cool like Rubbermaid tote type thing, and it had little sections, and it would, we put it in our overflow area of the house.
Well,
and then
everybody wanted everything out of the dining room, and I couldn't handle it. So,
by the way,
it's got to be like this.
Having a hard time moving around just because I have these two right where my legs are. So if I trip, that's what.
Let's get started. I'm gonna spray these again because I started painting at 3 o'clock this morning.
And they're nice and dry.
Yeah, and now they're dry. So I should have sprayed these.
That's okay. So you're just showing people what they need to do beforehand.
So before I start painting, I always give my paints a quick spray to activate the paint. Get it going again.
And you just need to wait about a minute, a few seconds.
Wait a little bit. Now these have already been sprayed today, so I'm not going to wait a long time.
Okay. And I'm going to turn
and I did draw out the roses. Like I said earlier, I don't normally draw out my roses, but I did this time. Now we'll start with this rose, and I'm not being too particularly careful where I go. If I go outside the lines, I don't really care because I want it to be a very loose painting. We don't want puddles, but we do want it damp. Moisten that whole area.
So if there's areas that you don't really moisten, that's just going to be a little bit bolder color, I guess.
Right, because it would be wet on dry instead of wet on wet. And so we're just going to drop that color in. I'm just dropping in apple. It's called Apple Berry. It's just a really pretty light pink. And what I like about these Primacolors are they're very opaque. So they must have a white in them or a black or something that's making them opaque. Like these probably have blacks. Isn't that pretty? You see that?
Yeah, it's really pale. It's good if you have, I guess, like really pale flowers you want to do too. Ooh, and that's much more bold.
And now when you do these roses, all you really are doing is like, I don't know if you can see them here. It's mainly just a C shape. You start in the center and it's a C. Then you go around and it's another C. And you just keep going around and around and around.
Yeah, you don't need to actually do every single petal or anything like that.
No. This one here is called Foxberry.
Ooh.
Pretty. And you want to, as you paint, you want your paint to be thicker and thicker as you go. And right now, I just want to get these colors in, and then I want to let it dry. And then I'll come in later.
And do detail.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of doing lazy, squiggly C's, really, when you're dropping them in. Yeah.
Lazy, squiggly C's, yeah. Get some of that light pink in there.
And you're using mostly the side of your brush to put them on, or?
Yep. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As I'm watering, I'm using the side. And I'm just dropping it in with the tip of my brush.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really care where the color is going right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can just tell in that first one that it's just spreading out on its own and kind of blending together.
Yeah, that one actually has more color than I wanted.
Oh, okay.
So I'm taking my brush, I'm taking a damp, thirsty, clean brush, and I'm pulling some of that color out. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Rocket, don't chew that up.
Yes, just because we're on video doesn't mean you can do naughties.
All right.
They're learning.
Now I want to pull some of that pink outwards so it starts spreading out. I want a soft edge there.
Mm. So it doesn't have to stay within the confines of the rose.
Mm. Try not to make this a 2-hour video, guys.
I am gonna just move a little bit because I am gonna get this from Rocket. I told you not to do naughties, buddy.
See how that's a C?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll come around here. I'm not following these lines at all.
Yeah.
I just had them there so everybody can see kind of what.
They're reference lines.
Not right now. I just know.
Derby.
No. Why don't you sit there and talk to Darcy?
No, Darcy.
Tell
Why aren't
Darcy
you?
your problems?
Why aren't you here to take care of Turbo? He needs you.
No. No.
Turbo.
All right. Now I'm going to leave the roses alone for right now. Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave them alone, and I don't care if they come out a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of pink right in that rosebud area.
Just to get it started.
I didn't even bother to put any water in there.
Hmm. Darcy said, somebody pay attention to that sweet puppy.
Get your butt over here.
Unfortunately, Tyler's upstairs. Lorelai the baby's sleeping, and Dad's out with his truck. So
Daddy's having truck problems.
Yeah. So we're it. We're the 18, and we're busy.
Okay. And I have some green in here with probably some spilt ink. So I might just use what I've got.
Just water it down.
Use my dirty palette.
Now, are those like your Daniel Smith ones that you used just now? Or that you're using right now?
Here?
Yeah.
This is Daniel Smith, but
Okay.
these are what I just pulled out of my...
Oh, okay.
But I like to use palette dirt
Mm-hmm.
when I'm painting.
Now, what's palette dirt, if people don't know?
Just any leftover paint that you've got in your palette is palette dirt.
Just leave it, and then when you want to use it again, just reactivate it with water and use it up.
You just add it. Here's a little bit of red that I was working with this morning. And see, I just mixed my green with that, and that'll give me a really interesting color with my leaf color. And I'm not being fancy at all right now, guys, because this is just a base layer. And I just want to get some color in there.
And it's going to be a loose painting anyway, right?
Yeah, very loose. Right now I'm just trying to get color in the backgrounds. Might want to pull some of that out though.
And Patricia Moon's on.
Hi, Pat.
We have sound this week.
Yay.
That was my mistake last week.
I like that green mixed with the red. That gives us a nice color.
Because a lot of leaves have that little bit of a, red or brown in them anyway.
Especially with your roses, they do. And I like how they blend in, like they soften the edges there. Okay, so now I'm going to just take give me a little bit of a radded edge like the roses have.
Gary Clevenger's watching.
Oh, hello. My old friends. Sop that little bit up right there. And when I take my tissue or my paper towel to it, it also gives us texture to the painting. So every little bit that you do.
I'm trying to find the best angle to be here. Maybe right there. There we go.
More. You can use your fingers with this. You can finger paint.
Because again, it's loose. Doesn't have to be perfect.
I love loose painting. The edges are all blended. Love it.
Kind of gives it a more rustic look too.
That's exactly. And then I'm going to come in with some more of these antique colors. This is actually, I think it's vintage pastels. Yes, it is. And I love this set because I love vintage anyways. I just love anything vintage. And I'm going to add some of those colors into the background. Right now, I'm going to take, before those dry too much, some of them already dried too much.
The roses or the leaves?
The leaves. I'm going to take my credit card scraper and I'm going to scrape some veins into the leaves. Very gently. You don't want to rip the paper. I think this one's way too dry. Yeah.
Oops.
I'm not going to get anything out of that.
Can you wet that again or no?
I can. I'm not going to right now. And these, you want to go in the direction that the veins would go. Very gently.
Just barely scratching the surface.
Barely. Yep. We'll come in again with paint. And can you see how dark the veins are getting now? Because that extra paint that's wet is seeping into those lines that we just created. Isn't that pretty? All right, so now I think I want to get something into the background here. Let's try a little purple or some blues. I think some blues would be pretty.
Yeah, it's my favorite color.
Yeah? I kind of knew that, but yeah.
That almost sounded scripted.
She's like,
yeah, wow.
Isn't she your daughter? Isn't she your daughter? All right, so I think I'm going to do this periwinkle. This is such a pretty blue. Get that in there. Isn't that pretty?
Darcy says these are so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You could have been over here doing this, Darcy.
Darcy, you could have been over here at 3 o'clock this morning with me, practicing. I made a mess at 3 o'clock this morning with some India ink. You could have been here then.
I think she just wants to be here to see it, not clean it up.
Oh.
I was just thinking, good thing the dogs weren't around because they would have been splattered with it. Or was Rocket trying?
Rocket?
Yep, Rocket, I figured.
No, Rocket and Turbo had already been out with me. We had already gone for a walk. And Turbo discovered the moon. It was so pretty this morning at 3. It was just over the horizon.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Turbo was going nuts.
Was he barking at it?
Oh my God.
Really?
He would not stop barking. I'm like,
How old is he? He's never seen the moon.
oh, he sees the moon, but he's like, anytime it's in a different position, it was so pretty and so bright. And he was like going crazy. Ding dong.
Who let it move?
I know, right? Now I'm going to take some of this soft lilac, which is just slightly different shade, and drop some of that in, just in a few areas. Just drop it in.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. How's that look?
Very cool.
Not going to do too much because you can overdo it. Now I want to take some of this golden glow that we've got and just softly put some of that in the sides of some of our leaves.
The dogs might go off again for a second because we have another delivery person.
Oh my God.
Don't they know we're trying to do a video?
Your father's going to get so upset with me.
Maybe they're packages for one of the boys.
No. Pretty sure no.
It looks like a small one, so we're good. It's like large envelope size.
Yikes. What if I... How would that go? Get a soft...
That's cool. That's different from the other ones you did.
Give it a soft background with golden glow.
Mm-hmm.
How would that be?
Yeah.
It's just a tad.
Oh wait, no, you did do splatter on one of these. Darcy says Amazon was just here according to my dogs.
All right, so now let's start working back on this rose here.
Okay.
I'm going to work back into the center. Just take some more of that dark and just tap it in lightly. And then just more into these outside areas that we think it might need some more shading.
And Patricia Moon says very nice.
Thanks. Too much water there. If you have too much water, just take your brush and dry it off on a paper towel and get some of that moisture off.
I'm liking those little splatters on the background because it gives it a little bit more texture. It doesn't look flat. Mm-hmm.
Right?
And if you are just joining us, I'm just going to say really quick too, we would like to eventually move these to YouTube Live. We do have a YouTube channel. It's the Color Hub. So if you could go and look up the Color Hub and just subscribe. Doesn't mean you have to watch all the videos or be there every time. But once we get up to 1,000 followers, we can do this on YouTube, which would give us more ability to do better videos and sound and all that good stuff. So. Won't have sound issues like I did last week.
Yeah, last week was not a good week. We apologize.
We were going to redo it throughout the week, and then we just got crazy busy with everything else.
Babies.
Work. Mm-hmm.
Doctor's appointments.
And then Friday was a wash. Yesterday was a washout. But Saturday, now we're doing it again.
I just love this color. This foxberry.
Does have a berry color to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And you can just shape your rose any way you want.
Wow, the sun's coming out. Well, you know, for New York, yes.
I don't.
Not blue sky sunshine, but yeah, sun's coming out. Now, if your roses start drying up before you can get to do what you want, just re-wet them a little bit.
Re-wet it. Yep. Put a little water on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this one is terrible.
Well,
this is normally why I have my stuff on an easel as well.
Normally it's okay, and then sometimes when the sun comes through, it puts just enough of a glare on things that you can't really see laying down.
Like I said, this is a very loose painting.
Mm-hmm. This would be kind of tricky to do on an easel, right? Because everything would run a little bit.
Yeah, but being a loose painting, I wouldn't mind. Now I have
Are you looking for the scratcher thing?
my new brush.
Oh.
Which I annoyed if it fell off the table.
That looks like
my
it.
Da Vinci.
Oh.
It is. It just dried out.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to take some.
So that's your brand new brush you treated yourself?
Yes, it is.
Do you want to see how much it was?
Nope.
We'll just leave it. It was a new brush.
It was a new brush.
Now, why do you like this brush?
It gives me some very fine lines.
Mm.
Like that. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
It was a little too wet, but I can do some very fine lines with it.
So this would be great for like twigs or feathers, all that kind of detail work.
And I can go in through some of those leaves and do like that.
Oh.
Actually, I can go through those, middle of those
Roses.
roses and get some very fine detail.
Oh. I mean, this is part of painting too. Like if you have different colors, if you have different brushes, just playing, you know.
Yeah.
She doesn't plan this, just play with them.
Experiment and play.
As far as planning goes, she was planning on doing a rose, and everything else she's just kind of making up as she goes along, so. That's starting to look really sharp.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you do have a brush like this, as small as this, it's not good to mix, try to go in and scrape out paint. Like what I'm doing. You probably shouldn't do that. You should go in and get your paint with another brush and then put it in a pan like this. Oops, like this.
Darcy said that's really how I live my whole life.
Doing what you're not supposed to do.
I'm sure that too. I think she meant more like, you know, basic idea and then just kind of make it up as you go along.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure there's also a hint of, you know, do whatever you're not supposed to do too.
I definitely know she does that. right. I think I'm going to hit those leaves again real quick. A couple of them. And then I think we might be done. Because I don't want to do a whole lot with this painting. I just want to keep it simple.
This looks like something that would go in like a tea room. Or...
Yeah.
Ruth Woodard just joined us.
Okay. How's that look, guys?
Sharp. Hang on a second. I gotta. Oops. Just trying to. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Oh, you. Up.
I mean, it really could go any way, right? Like,
yeah.
There's no
anyway.
right or wrong. Very sharp.
Let me take the tape off.
Always looks better without the tape. And what's the trick with the tape?
Pull towards you, pull slowly. Pull away from you, whatever.
Away from the painting.
Away from the painting. There you go, Shannon. There you go.
Very cute.
Very simple. Like you can add more, we can add more detail right there.
Oh, we're kind of just blended in already.
Yeah, it already dried in. But like, as you see it, you can add more detail. Oops, got some turquoise. Oops. Oh well. Oops. But there you go, guys. There's some roses. Very simple. You can do it.
Pretty.
Very easy to do. You don't have to use colors that I've got. Use what you've got. That's the great thing about watercolor. Use what you've got. Use a Crayola set with it if you've got it. No joke.
Yeah, just play.
Use whatever you have.
Patricia Moon, give you 4 thumbs up.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Very cool. And wow, that I think is our shortest video. That's just under half an hour.
Good. So here's some other roses that we've done.
With a little bit more splatter in the background on that one.
Yeah. And here's some more. So, you know, just comparisons.
Different paints, different brushes.
Yep.
Very cool. Does anyone have any questions or anything before we head out?
Any questions? Any suggestions?
Try not to trip over Turbo here.
Leave comments, guys. I love comments. If you are doing paints as well, please send us your pictures. We'd love to see them.
Yeah, nobody sent us any of their works yet, and we'd really like to.
Yeah, and if you would like us to like critique your artwork, give you some suggestions on your work, we'd love to do that. So.
Or if you have questions on, you know, I want to spend this much money, what would be some good paints or brushes to start with, or paper, you know, anything like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a paint junkie, so I might have.
She's got trays there and
some knowledge of it.
Trays there and paints all over. So, and again, I know I said this already twice, but if you go on YouTube, if you could look up the Color Hub and subscribe to us, again, you don't have to watch the videos. You don't have to join us for every single one, but if you could at least subscribe. We need 1,000 subscribers before we can do videos, live videos on YouTube. And we would really like to eventually do live videos on YouTube because it gives us a few more options as far as recording and things like that. So, and Patricia says, my house you're going to paint one day. Got a lot of houses you have to paint now.
I just got the paper for it. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us and being followers from Shannon and I. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
See you next
Bye.
week.